It's your boy Kev coming back at it again with another podcast. I got my boy Darren with me.
How's it going?
And we got someone returning for the first time in over a month, it seems. Drew.
Hi.
We got my beautiful wife Kayla also returning after 2 weeks off.
Hello.
And then we got John with us.
Hello, everybody.
And for the record, he was here last week, just if you didn't know.
Right. It's crazy having a full crew again. It's been a long time.
I'm getting claustrophobic already.
I know, right?
I know, it's been a long time, like, especially even after I bought these mic covers to help muffle my coughs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, got a bunch of them, and then I got the furry one for me, because I'm awesome.
Darren's mic cover is
And
alpacas.
Darren likes them fuzzy.
Well, yeah, it just feels better.
Right.
It's a gray bush he's speaking into.
Yep. A gray holy bush.
Nothing wrong with a little gray in the way.
I mean, you ever thought about just like shaving it down to what you thought you would need to speak into?
Yeah, you know.
Maybe like a
more
little like a
the
landing
merrier.
strip or something.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe something
Big
like that.
furry landing strip.
Yeah.
Little
Keep
like
it
a
interesting.
mohawk.
Right. Speaking about mohawks, what about that helicopter hitting that plane?
Or
Yeah.
Black Hawk. Though.
Great lead in.
Segue. Beautiful. Who's starting this conversation?
Well, why don't we... who wanted to talk about it first?
Oh, that's
okay.
true.
That
So,
was
Andrew,
very
how about this?
adamant about it yesterday.
conspiracy theories are already flying around.
Of
Well,
course.
before we
Oh,
get
yeah,
to the
dude.
conspiracy
You know,
series,
My
theories.
favorite one is...
Hold up. Let's say what happened first. Then, after we give a good description
Give an
about everything,
introduction,
then we
Drew.
go into the conspiracy.
Why would we have an introduction after frickin' Kevin just dry slide analed us into the topic?
Yeah. Hey, come on now. It was perfect. I could even.
None of us were ready for it, though.
Yeah,
Hey, let's
there.
let's shave
whoa.
Darren's mic cover into a mohawk. Hey, you know it's plane crashes.
Speaking of Mohawk, how about that Black Hawk hitting that helicopter?
Oh,
Wait,
I
you
see
mean
the-
helicopter was
that's
the
the
Black
link.
Hawk.
It was a Black
Yeah.
Hawk.
Yeah.
Black Hawk hitting the airplane. Yeah.
Yeah.
I messed it up. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Almost had it.
Wait, yeah, isn't your Elden Ring name Blackhawk?
It is Big Black Hawk.
Right,
Oh.
right. That's true.
Shit.
So many names on Elden Ring have gotten banned that were way more mild than that. Like, I had as a name air fried hot dog, and it censored me on Elden Ring.
Yeah,
Why?
Does someone have
Hot
to
dog.
report you?
No,
Or does someone
it just
go
picks
through?
up that it's like a swear word or something.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
automatically has the name start out.
Your attempt to swear.
All right, let's get on track now. So, in the last few days, there's actually been a couple crashes. There was one in Washington D.C.
And then
Philly, and then I believe California, or was that an older one? I saw something about that about a crash in Cali.
I am not aware of the California one.
Okay, maybe that was an older one. That
I
just
thought
kinda popped up.
California was still kind of on fire.
I mean,
Yeah, what's the update
Not-
with that, actually?
Like, we haven't heard anything about it.
well, the fire chief is calling out the mayor now, so that's something new.
What's the mayor have to
What's
do?
the mayor gonna do?
Well, the mayor already destroyed the town, but that's for another.
There's no water in the hydrants.
I know.
Isn't it like your job as a fireman to like fill up the hydrant?
Well, it's because they allowed 50% of their water to be pushed into the ocean, and I think Trump demolished the dams. Might be wrong on that. We could look that up. But then the reservoirs that was supposed to hold like 1.2 million metric tons of water was drained a couple months before and never refilled or repaired or something like that. So there was a lot
So
of...
that's on the mayor? Or is that a different point?
Well, it's a different. The way what's on the mayor is the way that she's handling the whole situation and stuff like that. I mean, defunding the fire department. We can go on and on and on about different things that the mayor it's also not like fully her fault. It's just the way everything is being handled and done is on her. So you have that. The drones apparently were ours. According to the White House, they said that it was nothing. Drew, can you please not hit that anymore? Because you hear that.
Well, with that being said, though, is remember I did say that there was some kind of documents at some point that were saying that they were going to be doing drone testing years ago.
Yeah. But, so there's that. What else did we discuss in the last few weeks? The bombing, the Tesla, there's still more stuff coming out on that. And then you have the Bourbon Street stuff. There's still more stuff coming out on that.
You don't see it unless you look for it. That's the thing.
Right, and there's so much stuff going on every week that it's so hard to keep up. It's like we're living in a new global event every other week now.
Right. It's a simulation.
Right, maybe. Somebody's mad.
Like somebody's pulling a Sims on us with the cheat codes, making crazy things happen.
All right, so moving forward, going back, we did our recap. Let's go on to this crash. So apparently, I think it was the 27th, or so the 29th. A Black Hawk, was it in the morning?
It was
or night?
8:40 p.m.
Yeah.
8:42,
Departed from somewhere, and then within 5 minutes, it crashed into the plane. No, that's not right. I'm trying to remember.
Well, the plane itself, what kind of a plane was it?
It was a passenger plane.
Okay, yeah, because I think the plane would have had to have hit the helicopter.
No,
No.
the helicopter actually
It
ran.
should hit the plane?
Yeah, there's video of it, and the propeller basically cut through the plane.
That's crazy, because why would it the pilot have been that close to the plane?
That's the question.
Yeah,
That's crazy, because something big like that, you would think that the pilot of the helicopter would have saw the plane way ahead of time to get out of the way.
Well, even air traffic control was saying, you see that plane, and they responded, yes, we see it.
Yeah.
And then, like, seconds later, they crashed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But there was also another plane that was nearby, which they think might have been mistaken. Like, maybe they saw that plane and thought they were talking about that one, but they were actually talking about the one they were about to hit.
Correct.
So.
And the thing about it is those helicopters can pretty much turn on the drop of a dime and everything like that. Like, so many military officials and people that have flown those planes have come out and said there's no reason for the crash to happen. And then boom, right there. And there's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know anything about the conspiracies. I know the only thing.
Wait, what? Why? How recent is this this video?
This video was posted. Sorry, guys, we're looking at a video. You can't see about the crash. It's kind of it's kind of showing the crash of the helicopter going into the airplane, and it's kind of a wild situation and
Just
whatnot.
said
But,
the reason revealed, though, and they don't technically know what happened yet.
well, the black boxes should tell. Well,
and they haven't released that yet.
right. So yeah, it's a very interesting time to be alive. We're going through a lot of events, let me just tell you. A lot of conspiracy things coming out. What did you hear, Drew, about conspiracies?
That the controls were hacked.
And it was people wanted someone on the plane or the helicopter to be
On the plane.
Who?
Don't know.
Oh,
Because it was a mix of Russian. There was Russian and American figure skaters, a couple of hunters, and then of course the flight crew. And it was quite a few people on there, but
and didn't 2 dogs survive?
I didn't read that anywhere.
I didn't either.
I swear I saw something about 2 dogs surviving.
It's possible, but I don't think that's a big part of the story.
Yeah.
So what are you
I
trying
don't
to
think
say?
they're worried
See, look, here
too much
they're-
about.
Well, hold up, Kev. Are you trying to say they said those dogs had something to do with it?
No, I was just gonna say that.
Well, who let the dogs out?
Right. Well, who let the dogs in?
And I didn't even know. I didn't even hear about this until I got to work, and one of my coworkers said, "Hey, did you see what happened yesterday?" And I was like, "No, what?" And then I started looking into it slightly.
So it was the 29th
Yeah,
at 8:47. So,
interesting though.
but yeah.
Yeah,
That's what Kayla was talking about.
The conspiracy with the controls being hacked. I heard, and this is all just like random conspiracy things that I've read on Reddit, but it could be China's new weapon taking control of our military equipment remotely. But I mean, I'm not sure how they would do that, but I guess that's why it's a secret weapon.
Well, how would they even get into the controls without them having parts? Because our military doesn't get their parts from China.
I mean, honestly, you don't really need somebody from China or Chinese parts. You just need somebody to say, "Hey, I'll pay you."
But then that's not really a hacking. That's more of a, hey, I'm going to pay this tower guy to...
No, that's not. No, I'll pay you $100 while you're fueling this to put this USB here.
I mean, maybe.
Just place this device anywhere. It's not an explosive, don't worry.
Right.
And it could be something innocuous looking like a magnet or something like that, and it just takes over control. I don't know. It's, I just made that up on the spot, but
I just want to know what happened now.
So
Right.
it just said right here that what is it? The preliminary report shows what caused the mid-air crash. 30 days. A year or more to get the final probable cause.
a year or more.
30
But once you
days to a year.
You listen
Wow.
to
That's a wide
the
open
black
time.
box or whatever.
Right, that's like that cable.
Yeah.
You're going to be home in 6 months?
Yeah.
So you're gonna be home
Right.
between Tuesday at 3 a.m. and 6 months from now.
At some point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I'll be there at some point. I'll be there.
Yeah, this is it's interesting. I didn't really dive into it too much. I know. So, what do you find?
Well, it's interesting because usually helicopters are supposed to be a max of 200 feet or something up,
Yeah.
and they were above 300 feet.
Oh.
And the passenger plane was actually descending at the time. It was about to hit
It was
a
about
landing
to
track.
land.
Yeah, it was about to
Yeah.
land. So it was just, I don't know. It was just a mess.
And then, so the air traffic control, right?
Weird conspiracy.
Now you said, Kayla,
Open that up.
but you said, Kayla, that the air traffic control tower or whatever did notify the helicopter that there was a plane.
Yeah.
Yes,
Descending
they
into their location.
asked, "Do you see this plane?" And they said, "Yes, it's in sight."
Yes.
And they said, "Go behind it." And then, no response because the crash happened.
See, I would like to hear that recording.
Oh,
of
I'm
the-
sure we'll get the black box and all that
I just
stuff.
showed the video of that, Darren,
Of the black box?
of that recording that shows them their acknowledgement of.
Oh, I didn't hear nothing. So they actually have it on there, them saying, like, hey, there's a plane about
Yeah,
to hit
they
you.
have the audio of that.
No, but
From the control tower or whatever.
I want to know everything that was said on that plane. Cause,
Yeah, that's what I
Right.
Or the helicopter, because it should pick up all voices
In the
from,
cockpit, yep.
Yeah, from the time they departed till the time.
Right.
And how many people died in it?
63 2, I believe.
And then
Oh,
those
this is after.
helicopters. Sorry. I was gonna say those helicopters. How strong are they built? Because I have a theory here.
It's a military one, right?
Yeah.
So if it got hit or something and it crashed, right? So before that though, were the pilots of the helicopter alive?
No one survived.
Okay.
Nobody survived.
Because I'm wondering if like the pilot, one of the pilots or whoever was piloting it, like wanted to get hit and end his life potentially.
I mean, that is a very. That's
Because
very
think
good.
about it. I mean, the helicopter's very maneuverable.
Yeah.
What if the guy just wanted to end it and said, "Okay, I'm just gonna let this plane hit me"?
There was
Right.
also a big deal about one of the pilots being a woman.
But wasn't it a trans woman?
No.
I don't
So I
think
say,
so.
was it the
No.
thing we were just looking at?
No. No. I don't know if she was actually flying it, though. Like, it was just someone that was on the helicopter was a female.
Well, why does that matter?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not a factor to me.
Right, yeah,
It's
then-
not like she's driving. She's flying a helicopter. It's totally different.
Right? Like, yeah, Kayla, why bring it up?
Well, it kind of relates to what Trump had said and was like, blame this on the, what is it, DEI?
DEI.
Is it DEI?
Or DI? Yeah,
Diversity.
Yeah, not DIE.
Diversity,
DEI.
equity, inclusion.
Thank
Yes.
you. Yes.
Like
It was-
home equity?
Yes. So, gosh, what was I gonna say? Okay, so they're saying that it was that doesn't make any sense for me, because as there's a lot of people that pilot planes and stuff like that, you need hours and hours of training on that.
Right, and that's what they were saying. Is like everyone that is flying is trained, certified, whatever.
Right. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman at that point.
Yeah, that training takes over at that point.
Right, like they put a dog in space. I mean, so how hard could it be?
Yeah, they left it up there, but anyway.
Yeah,
It's
true.
definitely a conspiracy.
It's definitely a conspiracy.
Look, they took out an Epstein.
Oh.
He was a hunter.
Oh.
So, like, just going over the list of victims.
That's crazy. No one survived, obviously. I swear, I thought I saw 2 dogs
Wow,
survive.
this guy's
but
really
I must
soft
have been-
spoken.
Why do you say that? Because you can't hear him? That's the unfortunate part. But yeah. I don't know where to go from here, guys. What do you guys want to talk about? What we're all just reading and having too much dead space. So right now, I guess we're watching a video on it, which
Oh,
I mean,
I have something to add. They were saying that just in general, air traffic control has been short-staffed. So someone who is supposed to... They were supposed to have 2 people monitoring, one the passenger plane and then one the helicopter, but instead there was only one person tracking both or something. So there was less staff on when that crash happened.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just they don't have enough hires, or if it was someone who was on vacation. Because if someone was on, think about it. If someone was on vacation and was supposed to be in that spot, that could have prevented this from happening.
Right.
Does that person thus deserve some of the blame?
No, not at all.
No.
They should have had
Well,
people.
yeah, but
Hold up.
But hear me out. Here was one thing. But what if they took a vacation on for some stupid thing? Like let's just say,
They're not
Stop.
there.
Just stop.
let's just say they
Just
were
stop.
like,
Just
hey,
stop.
we didn't
Just
want to be
stop.
there because I didn't feel like it.
No.
What if they were there? It might
No.
not have happened.
Maybe they called in sick.
It's still not their
Well,
fault.
maybe he had to take a poop and was all like, I'd rather just not go. You know what I mean? And then he
Yeah.
said,
Like,
wait,
give me 10 minutes. Hold on. I'll be back.
Hey, janitor, watch this airplane really quick. I gotta go drop a load.
Then maybe it would be their fault. But
Right,
no,
right.
it sounds like the staffing was there was one person the whole time.
That's
Especially in that airport, and then with all those zones of no flying and stuff like that. they definitely should have more people hired, even more than 2 in the traffic area, the tower.
Right.
You know?
I thought that was a pretty sought after job. Air
They
traffic
get paid
controller.
Well,
Yeah.
now I'm hearing that
But
they.
at the same time.
Well, now I'm hearing that they took away their lunches and then they only give them 2 20-minute breaks, and then they want them to stay at their station until the buzzer goes off.
You're full of
just
it.
a little.
That's his job. That's what he's.
That's
getting at.
your job.
Oh, is that my job? Oh, I thought it was them. Sorry.
But is air traffic control union?
Probably.
I feel like it would be.
I honestly don't know. I would assume.
And do they provide really good vision insurance?
They should.
Probably.
Obviously, they
should.
do
Clearly
not.
not.
I mean, the dude in the tower saw the plane and the helicopter and said, "Yo, do you see this plane?"
Right. So I don't think it's.
Oh,
really
person
on
said
them,
He did
but-
acknowledge that he
Yeah.
seen it, so he
Yeah,
did
he
Yeah, he
acknowledged
did
that he
acknowledge.
saw it,
Right.
and they just went boom.
It
Yep.
sounded like he did his job.
Right.
The
It was
traffic.
just another.
Well,
view
yeah.
on
I mean,
it.
he was sitting there saying, "No, stop! Kind of collaborate and listen. All right, you're about to hit him."
So,
Right, he should
I just found something.
Okay, what
Which
you
may
find?
be interesting. It says DC plane crashes latest. Blackhawks helicopter were performing doomsday training at time of collision.
Doomsday training.
Yes.
Wait, what?
What is
Whoa.
doomsday training?
Okay.
Oh, probably shit's about to hit the fan.
And it did.
So the helicopter was flying a route that's part of a military plan to evacuate senior government officials.
Oh well.
Oh, if the U.S. is attacked.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're probably preparing because I mean, Panama, right? We're about to
All right.
forcefully take that back from the sounds of it.
Yeah, we're gonna take that back. We're gonna make Canada the 51st state.
Greenland, the 52nd state.
Yeah, we're gonna for the second.
Ooh. What are we gonna do with all that ice?
Use it for our
Hey.
Coca-Colas.
Yep.
Ooh, perfect.
Hey, our
polar
Coca-Cola
bears.
polar bears.
Yay.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
That's why we're gonna
See?
breed them. That way we have them for the commercial every year.
No,
Yes.
Right,
no.
Christmas.
The U.S. is gonna weaponize polar bears.
Dude.
They're gonna genetically engineer them to make
Nah.
Americans taste worse.
Nah,
The
fuck-
Russians taste better.
Fuck all that. It's just gonna be a bunch of polar bears up there drinking Coke. And
Yeah,
Or
that's
doing
interesting.
drinking Coke and actively hunting humans,
Oh man.
Russian
according to
humans.
Joe Rogan.
Russian
Yes.
humans and North Koreans. But
So-
how are we gonna make them not like South Koreans?
Well, the
let them eat one, and then they're just gonna figure out like 20 minutes later they're gonna be hungry again. So
yeah, maybe.
But then they won't get the taste for North Koreans either.
wait, I thought we don't like the North ones.
Yeah. Well, the polar bears have to.
No, what?
I know.
We want to keep the South ones and get
Yeah.
rid of the North ones.
Maybe we just tell the South ones to like hide for a little while.
I mean, as long as you release them on the right side of the line, you should be fine.
Yeah, but like, won't the polar bears get confused?
Nah.
They'll be running in every direction. Are you gonna airdrop them in the central North Korea?
As long as they don't run back towards you, you should be fine.
See, that's a risk I'm just not quite willing to take.
That's the
because-
risk you're gonna take when you decided to work with a polar bear.
Yeah, but if you're closer to the polar bear than the polar bear is to the north ones, then you're in a lot of fucking trouble.
Bro, it's like a 70-30 chance you're gonna get fucked up.
I like those odds.
Yeah, so
I am.
Yeah,
I don't know how I
anyway.
feel right anyway.
Hey, this isn't
I have
about
nothing to add to
racism.
this
This is
conversation.
war, all right.
Well, with that being
Anyways.
said, is polar bears are the biggest bear on the planet.
Really?
Yeah, they're the
Yes.
most aggressive
Yes.
because they'll eat anything.
Yep, they're carnivores exclusively.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they only eat meat.
Aren't black bears like not friendly, but like not scary?
Omnivore.
Yeah, they're
Are they?
omnivore.
Yeah,
all bears except for polar bears are omnivores.
Yeah, they eat berries and
Grizzlies?
stuff.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, they eat a lot of
But they're
grass.
aggressive though, right?
Oh, hell
Grizzlies,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So
They're
are
more
black bears,
territorial.
too. It is
I
all
thought
the,
one of the two was kind of like, meh. That one
black
else would
bears.
do.
You have a better chance of surviving.
Oh.
Grizzly bears, you don't. and then you're absolutely effed if there's a polar bear.
Yeah,
Stop
because
chasing.
if
They're
you
like the
see a
cutest.
polar bear, he
No
has
fucking way.
smelled you for miles.
Wow.
No, the cutest bear is a panda, and I don't even know if they're really considered.
What?
Panda bears?
Panda
They're cute.
and koala is on the table.
Red panda.
I don't
We're
think
just
a
talking
koala
about
is.
cute.
Wait, I
bears
don't think
now.
a koala is a bear,
Koala's
is
a
it?
marsupial.
Koala bear.
Red pandas.
Yeah, but that's like calling a
Red
hot
pandas,
dog
yeah,
a
those
hot
ones are
dog.
pretty
It's not a
cute, too.
dog.
But look at that fact. That fact will blow
You
your
get what I'm
mind
saying?
right
So,
there.
it's a koala bear. It don't make it a bear.
Polar bears do
It's a
not
marsupial.
drink Coca-Cola.
Yeah, right. It's a mammal.
Oh man.
Damn,
it's a
I know,
mammal
right? Childhood ruin.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What?
We're talking about marsupials. That's a new species that
dear.
Kayla just created.
I said
Oh.
marsupials.
But they're mammals, though, aren't they?
Yeah,
So they're like a marsupial.
but I think all marsupial. I can't even say it right.
No,
Right.
you
They're
were
all
saying it
mammals.
right the whole time. He was fucking with you.
Stop fucking with me.
Yeah.
I'm easily impressionable.
Right.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Yeah, we were talking
oh my
over each
gosh.
other.
That's
so
what
That
Greenland's
picture.
gonna look like.
Are we going to go down a rabbit hole of polar bears?
So
guess
that's
so.
what's great. That's what the Greenland ice division's gonna
Well,
look like.
yeah. Honestly, a weaponized polar bear would be great.
Bam.
Like, how do you think they'd weaponize that? Like, we're talking like rocket launchers on its
Bro,
back?
I
or-
don't know. Well, that's
Yeah.
funny. I don't know how they would utilize it, but I feel like just being like, "Hey, if you mess with us, we will send polar bears." It's
I
a
feel like
pretty
you just
solid
should-
threat.
Yeah,
Throw a
I
polar bear,
agree.
like a hungry polar bear, somehow, some way, inject it with a whole bunch of cocaine, and just let
Coca-Cola.
it go, and just let it go off. You know what I'm saying?
That's
that way?
amazing.
Good
Well-
call, right there, Kevin.
Yeah.
Honestly, you release a hungry polar bear in the enemy diplomat's embassy.
Maybe. I mean, if you have a gun, though, you're gonna take out a polar bear pretty quick. Pop, pop. in the
Especially if
head.
it looks like
Uh,
this
yeah. Ask Alaskans how many
Oh,
shots
dear.
it takes to drop a charging polar bear.
one. That one looks like a werewolf.
I don't think
Yeah, it
polar
does.
bears are in Alaska.
Yes, there
Uh,
are. Northern Alaska, 1000%.
No, doesn't Alaska have the Kodiak bears?
They do have Kodiak bears, but they also have polar bears.
Are you sure? I don't know about that. I don't know. Are you sure?
if they do, it would be very
Fact
slim. But
'Cause
I
I
thought
thought-
polar bears were more north.
Yeah, like Antarctica.
Oh, it
type
does say polar
stuff.
bears in Alaska are found as far as south as St. Lawrence Island and occasionally move down to St. Matthews Island. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I knew that. I just wasn't going to argue on the pod.
You got it, man.
Uh,
Stand your ground.
Yeah, Alaskans will tell you it takes more than what a military is going to have, just, small arms. Small arms,
Well,
bro.
yeah, if you're talking about a handgun, yeah, no, you're gonna want.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a grizzly polar bear.
Yeah,
is
but-
that is the ones that have like mated?
But can you
Oh
imagine
my
getting
goodness.
attacked by this mother?
Yeah.
That's so adorable.
It's huge.
Right.
Like
oh
you can
yeah.
tell without even.
Well, that's like
comparing.
ligers and.
I think they made cartoons that look like this bear
what's
back
the
in
other
the day.
one?
Yeah.
Ligers
For sure.
and
Tigons.
Tigons.
The problem with that, though, is that bear can't breed.
that's all right. I mean, the polar
Probably
bears
shouldn't.
are having more scarce land, so they're moving into the lands of like grizzly bears and stuff. It's pretty common, and if they're anything like ligers and tigons, right?
Tigons.
Tigons.
Yeah.
They're like massive to their native species. Speaking of which, did you see they're trying to bring back mammoths?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They I think impregnated a Indian.
Yep, it's an Indian elephant. It has the closest DNA to a mammoth.
Yeah.
And they were able to get the long hair, and they were able to replicate the DNA enough, and then they put it into an Indian elephant.
Has it gave birth yet?
I am unaware of that, but the same lab that did that
Please don't. I hated the show. I'm sorry.
also is bringing back the thylacine, which is, it's funny you mentioned marsupials earlier because that's the largest carnivorous marsupial.
Oh,
Interesting.
Wow.
Wait, so what does it look
Bears in
like?
Blue House.
The one you're talking about. What does that look like?
A thylacine?
Yeah.
A thylacine looks like a dog with a really big mouth and sharp teeth. If you actually want to type in thylacine, THY
Not YHY.
LE. There you go. Thylacine right there.
That's not it.
That's not a thylacine.
Thylacia.
Oh, so I'm gonna get the spelling right, okay?
Yep. Currently looking up thylacines.
Spell it again.
Right.
THYLE. Either S or C. I don't know. I've never heard
Yeah,
of it.
I'm not. Yeah. I've never heard.
THYLACINE.
Ooh, it's cute.
Oh wait, what do they call those things again?
I thought those were.
Tasmanian tigers.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what they
Tasmanian
call
devils?
them. Tasmanian tigers.
Oh,
Jeez.
isn't there a Tasmanian devil?
Yes.
Yes, there is a Tasmanian devil, but it is
Nothing like what you've
What you
seen
saw
in
in
the
the
cartoons.
cartoons.
no.
Got it.
Like literally, it's nothing.
So if you go
Like
into images, if you look at their bite,
Oh my gosh.
yep,
John.
yep, they have pouches.
That's the pouch?
Yep, the pouch is a giant beehole. But if you look at their jaw, it's huge. It is terrifying. There's that third picture in right there. Oh, never mind. It's
Or
gone.
the second picture, I guess you could.
Yeah, the second picture now
Oh,
at the
wow.
top. That's how their jaw is.
Holy
Oh, wow.
cow.
Dang.
So what is the mixture of animal here?
That's a thylacine. There's no mixture. That's just
Seriously?
the largest carnivorous.
This is legit? Like,
yeah, that's a legit thing. They're bringing that back. And
Well,
it's
yeah.
actually
what's the purpose?
a lot of people believe that it still exists, like
In
Forest
Australia?
Galante,
Australia, right?
Tasmania,
Tasmania.
Tasmanian tiger, bro.
Yeah, but no. What's the dog species on?
That's the Tasmanian devil.
No.
There's no dog species.
On Australia. Yeah,
No,
there's-
that's a dingo.
Yeah,
that's
they're
a
a
dingo,
dog.
and
A
that's not
dingo,
actually
those are
native
cute.
to Australia.
Right,
The
right.
dingoes were actually brought in by hunters from like the United Kingdom or somewhere in that
Yeah,
area.
and then they just bred out of control, and
Yeah.
And then they became wild. But yeah, the thylacine is a crazy animal, and I would have loved to see this in person.
Well, maybe
feel
one
like-
day you will.
I think that's a chemical name too. Thylacine?
Is it?
I think so.
That's cool. It sounds like a chemical name.
Or something similar, something close to it.
I got buzzed on the scene. I could see it.
Yeah. Interesting.
But no, the thylacine is actually more than just Tasmania. There's a few other places, but in that general area is where they're at.
I was thinking the dingo or whatever.
Dingoes, yeah, those are actually all over that area.
Whoa, that's creepy.
yeah, it's fake. You can tell it's not real. It's
That
AI.
one's fake.
Well, when did they go extinct?
They're not. I don't believe that they are.
Well, look up when they went extinct because I know they used to have. I mean, we had
Less than
cameras back
100
in the
years ago.
1900s.
Yeah, it was like less than 100 years ago, something like that. But
So
yeah.
that could be. I mean, that looks fake AF, but
Yeah, it was. It was.
there could be actual video of them in zoos and stuff back in the day.
No, there is.
There is.
If you go in there, you'll see black and white footage of the very last one that was recorded.
You get something in your eye? Dang. I just saw him just go.
It's my fault because I told him that the stuff was AI and not real.
Couldn't believe it.
He's all like,
36.
"Don't take my dreams away from me."
1936 is when they think they went to extinct.
Wow.
Interesting.
Oh, it says only 2 months after the species was granted protected status.
So they were a little, day late, dollar short.
I guess so.
They're like, we're already hunting it. Why stop now?
Yeah.
Right.
So there's only 4 of them left. I mean, so be it.
Just stop it there. End it now. See if it's making a comeback.
Nah, they won't know.
And if it was making a comeback, why would they? Like, what is the purpose of bringing it back?
I actually
So
just
it-
found something with a real quick research. They are 100% bringing it back. Scientists are working to bring back the Tasmanian tiger, also known as the thylacine, from extinction. The project is a collaboration between the University of Melbourne and Colossal Biosciences, a de-extinction company.
Huh.
Scientists will use CRISPR gene editing to alter the genome of a fat-tailed dunnart, the thylacine's closest living relative. The altered nucleus will be inserted into a dunnart egg. The embryo will be implanted into a surrogate.
Didn't it just show the Dunnart was like a mouse type thing? It was tiny.
How big is the dunnart?
It looked tiny. That picture he showed it had. Yep, there you go.
What?
It's like a little rodent.
You would think they would go
marsupial.
with something bigger.
That's-
Sorry.
Well,
Wait, are these
speaking-
all marsupials?
Yeah, those are all marsupials.
So speaking of the rodent, right? I saw this years ago. They were saying that humans have more DNA in common with mice than they do apes.
What? I mean, maybe.
Yeah, like more genetic sequencing or something like that. Like it's closer to mice than apes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a video of Forrest Galante going over the Tasmanian tiger.
Yeah. He's one of the coolest guys.
Yeah, I love watching his videos, to be honest with you.
Me too. That's how I learned about the mammoth.
This is
Coming
actually how I learned about the thylacine. I've been kind of following it ever since I heard about it, just because he has found multiple extinct
yeah.
species. Like he found a turtle,
Yep.
and then he found, what was the other one? Like a leopard or something?
Something like that in the mountains or
Yeah.
whatever down in Chile. Was it Chile?
Yeah, something like that. And he didn't like physically see it, but it was on his game cam.
Yep.
So, you basically thought that was more interesting than Mothman?
If you guys all don't know, Drew was supposed to talk about Mothman like 3 weeks ago and wasn't here.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks ago and then wasn't here. And then last week and then wasn't here. And then he wanted to talk about the Black Hawk.
Good catch.
Almost got him.
Right? The Black Hawk. Wow, I keep wanting to say it for some... just to be dumb.
It's on your
Come
mind.
on, Mike Hawk.
Right?
It's on your
But anyways,
mind.
in the plane crash, so here we are talking about this.
Well, I just found out that Mothman was basically like, it started off as like a, oh my god, what is this? And to now it's just all commercialized and all that bullshit
Yeah.
that happened, and it's just like, okay, yep, it's bullshit, just like all the rest of them.
And it was only cited actively for like a year.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
after that,
then-
there's a few counts of it, but it's very strange because I was into it when I was younger. Like when I first learned about it, I was like, "That's crazy," but
Well,
now
that
it's
yeah.
just like
Bigfoot,
I didn't realize it was only a year.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff
All
Goldblum.
right, go for it, Darren.
Hit it.
No, it's too soon.
Did you know this thing is a carnivore? The
Yes.
little mouse thing is a carnivore?
Oh,
A
dear.
dunner is
What's
a
it eat?
carnivore?
Yeah.
It eats other little rodents.
It eats meat.
Well, like insects.
dunner,
Insects, though. Insects would be.
Is
Oh,
I would
yeah, that's true.
assume is probably about the same size as
Chinchilla?
a possum.
Oh,
Bro, now
see
that we're
it.
kind of like on this type of topic, I like watching these videos of ants, like people feeding their ant colonies, bro.
Oh yeah, I
Their
seen
ant
them.
farms.
Yeah, dude, crazy. And the amount of different ants there are.
We're not getting ants.
Oh, I don't want ants.
Thank you.
Right, it's scary.
That's
No,
how,
dude,
if you
there's-
get ants,
so
that's how you
intelligent
get
ants,
ants.
Well, if you have an ant infestation, you want to use a different ant colony to take care of it. Yeah, people do that.
Talk about fighting fire with fire ants.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, no.
It's like, oh, I don't like these ants, but these ants really hate these ants.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's some crazy ants though, because
for
some of
sure.
them, what they do is when they die, they excrete like a really acidic thing.
Pheromones too,
And it'll
so it
burn
attracts
ya.
more. Look at that thing! It's so cute. That's creepy.
That is an evil creature.
You're like, it's so cute.
It depends on the
Oh.
picture.
When they're getting down, they're kind of freaky. That's
Look at how needles. Like
you hate to
their
admit
teeth
it,
are.
but
It's a little bit like a fennec fox.
hey,
Yeah,
but look,
love
he
those.
hate to admit it, but that's what Kevin looks like too, right?
Isn't
What?
that the animal in
Yeah.
in the end of that cartoon movie that just like eats eats something?
What do you?
Look,
it sounds
maybe.
familiar.
The thing looks like the anti-marsupial.
Yeah, it does. It kind of looks like Nibbler from Futurama.
Oh, dude, are you talking about
That's a great show. I don't care who you
the
are.
monsters, the hotel, Adam Sandler?
Yes,
Hotel Transylvania.
yes,
Oh,
Mm.
I haven't seen those movies all the way.
because they are crazy.
I know. Liam was watching it the other day.
I know. I was
That's so
watching some of it.
little.
It's so
How are they
cute.
gonna make a thylacine out of that?
Bro, with something large.
Is it gonna be like a Chihuahua thylacine? Like,
They probably got to start
Chihuahua
small
steam?
and then make it bigger.
oh, that makes sense, and just keep going bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
Got
probably.
it,
Right.
Until it's an elephant size and we're all dead.
dude.
Yes.
Maybe they're gonna weaponize thylacines.
What about those, like the giant
think
giant
about,
guinea
like, dogs
pigs in
and-
South Park?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Think
my
about
goodness.
World War II when they used dogs in bunkers.
They're like little mice.
Honestly, if they were going to mutate and weaponize something, it'd be chinchillas.
Oh, actually, it
chinchillas?
makes me think of
Yes.
sugar gliders.
Yeah,
I tried
'cause
rats
you can
at
train 'em.
one point.
Yeah.
Do you think they're related to sugar gliders?
I have hamsters, and I can tell you
I would say they're a lot
that
of
these things are not as cute as my hamsters. I got 4 hamsters: Houdini, Pancake, Blaze, and Balboni.
That's right. I was there the day you picked up the hamsters. That's right.
I forgot.
You
had
were
those.
there.
And then we built the cages together.
Aw, how cute.
Hell yeah.
It was, but there's poop everywhere.
Oh,
I
yeah.
They
bet.
sucked their thumbs and then they went home.
Yeah, because they put them in a cardboard box. Like, here you go. Here's your hamster in a cardboard box that's just loosely flying around.
That's kind of
Right,
how our gerbil
right.
situation was.
And the reason why it was loosely flying around is because Axel kept throwing the damn thing everywhere with the hamster inside.
He did too. He dropped that box probably 14 times and heard it go.
Oh my gosh.
Kill the
And
thing
Why don't you
before it even
save the
gets there.
babies?
Look,
Save
there was
the
too much poop. I don't
hamsters.
want to put my hand in there.
Darren.
Well,
Like,
yeah, it was pretty funny. Though.
I just let it happen. My look. Now my house. I'm a guest. I ain't touching no hamster poop
Right.
to save this thing. I was like, Andrew, your kids misbehaving. Andrew,
To save
No.
the animals.
Those hamsters are the funniest thing to watch because sometimes they fight, but they don't use their teeth. They slap fight, and they got the tiniest little arms. Yes.
Where do you keep them?
In the living room, in a cage.
Does Dixie mess with them at all?
When they're in their ball, like when they're running around
yeah,
in their
the wheel?
hamster balls.
Oh.
Yeah, we got hamster balls for them.
Do you have video of that?
No, because she's terrified of them because they gang up on her.
Oh.
They're
So
like-
they each have their own ball?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
All right.
Hamster army.
right? I had
Yeah.
like 4 of them in the same little
Oh my
exercise ball.
gosh.
All right, guys.
I wanna
I
see
think
that.
we're gonna call that it for this episode.
Wait.
Until-
What are you going on to? Because there's. I know we went way off topic, but what about the second crash? The
Well, what
crash that
about
happened
it?
yesterday.
The crash that happened yesterday in
Just
Philly.
mentioning it.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
what
just
happened? I
weird.
don't
How
know
many days
anything about
later?
it.
2 days later?
This is no, 1 day later, the
One day
very
later.
next day. after the first plane crash that killed all those people, another plane crash happened in Philly that killed another like 50 people.
What happened?
I thought it was only. I thought it was only 6 people.
No, they found a whole bunch of bodies because it landed in a mall parking lot.
Oh, so like from the crash, not
From the
Yeah, I
crash.
think there were 6 people in the plane.
I think it
Yeah,
ended up
6
being like
people in the
16 or
plane.
something when I saw it earlier.
There was
Helicopter?
a doctor. No, it was an
It was a plane.
ambulance plane.
Okay.
So it was a doctor, a infant patient,
Her mom.
the infant's mother, the pilot, co-pilot, and like a couple other people. I think there was a total of 6 on the plane. They crashed. It just fell out of the sky.
Oh.
And they have made that flight so many times, and they were experienced pilots.
Yeah, it was like 30 seconds after takeoff.
Yeah, it was.
It went right back down.
Yep, immediately after takeoff, and then it just landed, and it looked like a missile hitting the ground.
Well,
Yeah.
this isn't looking good for air flights.
Right.
This is why people are thinking that it's China's new weapon, taking
heard of
control of aircraft.
That's crazy. China's new weapon. 7 dead, including 1 on the ground. After what?
Medevac?
Medevac
Okay.
jet with a child patient and her mother crashes into Philadelphia. In Philadelphia.
Okay, yeah. So I was misinformed. I got some fake news. My bad, guys. I said like 50 people died.
Yeah, you're 43.
There was
Yeah.
like 19
Extra.
injured though.
Yeah,
I
so
mean-
yeah, that's what it says right here. And it says at least 19 were injured on the ground.
Yeah.
So that's the part I saw too.
Yep.
Man, that would.
And it like started a car on fire or made it explode or something. don't
I
know.
believe it, especially with
Yeah.
that type of impact and
Right.
that type of explosion.
Yeah, the videos that came out were insane because it just boom. It just you didn't even see what the plane looked like. It was just fireball.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Very.
I need to check it out, get more into it. But yeah. Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Alrighty, guys. Until next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Break.
The one thing that is gonna.
That's someone slurping.
Oh, Lord.
Darren likes them fuzzy. Well, who let the dogs out?